Welcome back to another deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're unpacking some really interesting insights from a source titled Excerpts from the Qur'an's Unique Challenge and Hell's Warning by Mufti Maaz Haroon.
That's right. It focuses on one specific verse, but it packs quite a punch.
It really does. Our mission, as always, is to explore these sources and see what ideas they present. And this one, well, it offers a direct challenge and a very serious warning, all rolled into one.
A dual message, really.
Exactly.
Okay,
let's get into this, because what we have here is, a very specific challenge and a very serious warning contained within just a single verse. So the verse itself, it's 2.24. Let me read it quickly. But if you are unable to do so, and you will never be able to do so, then fear the fire fueled with people and stones, which is prepared for the disbelievers. Now that opening, if you are unable to do so, the source, Mufti Maaz Haroon's text, connects this immediately to something just before it.
Yeah, it doesn't just hang there. It's a direct follow-on.
Right. The source explains there's this preceding challenge, basically saying, if you doubt the Qur'an, if you think it's not divine, okay, try and make something like it, even just one chapter.
Just one?
Yeah. And so verse 2.24 comes right after that challenge and talks about, well, what happens next? It addresses the outcome.
It's fascinating how direct that link is. Verse 23, as the source lays out, essentially invites disbelievers, anyone doubting, to try and produce something comparable.
Put your money where your mouth is, sort of.
Exactly. And then verse 24 pivots immediately to their inability to do so, and crucially, the consequences of that inability. It's a very tight, logical progression in the text. Almost like, okay, you were challenged, you failed, now here's what that means.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think, that line. If you do not and you will never do it, that's incredibly definitive, isn't it? And you will never be able to do so.
It is. It's not you probably won't, or it's very difficult. It's absolute.
So from the source's perspective, what's behind that? Why this claim of absolute impossibility for humans?
Well, the source explains this as basically a confirmation of the Qur'an's unique nature. It's arguing that this statement proves no human, regardless of skill or intellect, can ever replicate it.
Okay, but why? Does the source give specifics?
It does. It points to things like its style, knowledge, wisdom, and unseen truths. The argument is that these elements combined are simply beyond human power. It's suggesting a divine fingerprint, something inherently unreplicable by mortals.
So it's not just about poetic style or something simple like that.
No, it's presented as a much deeper, multifaceted inimitability. The source really emphasizes that comprehensive nature style, sure, but also the depth of knowledge, the wisdom, the prophecies, or unseen truths. It's the whole package that's supposedly impossible to match. Quite the claim.
Okay, so the source establishes this unique status, this impossible benchmark. But then the verse takes that sharp turn we mentioned, then fear the fire whose fuel is men and stones. That imagery is stark. What does the source tell us about this fire? Why men and stones?
Yeah, it's powerful imagery. The source clarifies this isn't like your everyday fire. It's described as being extraordinarily intense.
Intense enough to burn stones.
Exactly, burning people and stones. And the source notes an interesting interpretation for the stones, that they could possibly be idols worshipped by disbelievers.
Ah, okay. So it adds another layer, maybe.
It could, yeah. It adds a layer of irony or perhaps specific judgment related to idolatry, according to that view. But the core point the source emphasizes is that this description signifies extreme punishment. It's meant to convey a level of suffering far beyond, ordinary experience.
A symbol of something truly terrible.
Precisely. Not just heat, but a profound state of punishment. And connecting this back, the source is very clear who this warning is for. It explicitly states this fire is prepared for the disbelievers.
Prepared. Yeah. Not just something that happens.
Right. That word prepared is significant in the source's explanation. It suggests hell isn't like an accidental byproduct. It's presented as a specific place of punishment, intentionally readied for those who consciously reject what the text presents as truth, especially after being given that challenge and failing to meet it.
So there's a sense of deliberation there.
Yes. It underscores this idea of consequence following a specific choice, the choice of disbelief or rejection in the face of the evidence presented. And for you, listening, trying to understand the key messages from sources like this, that emphasis on preparation and specific targeting is, well, it's a key part of the warning being conveyed.
Okay, so bringing it together, the source material is a reflection section. What are the main takeaways it draws from just this one verse, 2.24?
The source really boils it down to two main things. First, it teaches the sheer seriousness of rejecting the Qur'an after knowing it's the truth. It frames it as a matter of profound consequence, not a light decision.
Okay, the weight of rejection.
Exactly. And second, it reinforces that claim of the miraculous nature of the Qur'an. The idea that, look, no matter how smart or skilled humans are, they can never produce something like it. It loops back to that impossibility.
So it's both a warning about consequences and a proof, in a sense, of its claimed origin.
That seems to be the core message the source extracts, yes. Uniqueness confirmed by the impossible challenge, and a grave warning tied to rejecting that unique message.
It's definitely a powerful combination packed into very few words. Thinking about it, what really stands out to you when you encounter a text making such a strong claim about its own uniqueness alongside such a direct, intense warning?
It's the boldness, I think. The sheer confidence in both the challenge saying you will never do this and the clarity of the consequence. It leaves very little room for ambiguity according to the source's interpretation.
So we've taken a dive into just one verse today, but it's unfolded into quite a discussion about uniqueness, about an apparently impossible challenge, and about some very serious consequences laid out in the text.
A lot contained in a small space.
Definitely.
And maybe a final thought to leave with you, the listener, building on this source. If a text presents a challenge, explicitly stating you will never be able to do this, what does that assertion itself imply? Especially regarding, say, the limits of human ability versus claims of the divine, and how one approaches accepting or rejecting such profound claims.
That's a great question to ponder. How does one engage with a claim that seems designed to be unprovable by human effort, yet demands a response? Something to think about.
Indeed.
Okay, that wraps up this deep dive. We encourage you to reflect further on these ideas. Thanks for joining us.